slaying her unarmed and dying unarmed. Those are the only two that I have left to do. And from there, we'll just figure it out. And after that, yeah, that's the last I'll be able to play, or at least I can think of. So yesterday we ended up in I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we ended up with Fury. Like, we went to Adversary, ended up in Fury. I went to Racer and ended up in Sharp, because I like Sharp more than just the Heart. I think it was cooler. And then we also did the Prisoner, so now we have 2 more, and that's it. And then that's it. I remember which was my last. This one. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. So for now, we just need to do
up the short path.
We need to do things unarmed.
You'll find the princess within.
I want to play.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will cheat. And she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Okay, cool.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right. Steve.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
No.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Alright, so... How do I... Because I need to... I guess the only way I could die or kill her in this situation with a weapon is if I let her out. That's when the narrator forces the outcome. So I guess it will be the same as damsel, but without a weapon. I think. No. No.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
We already know how this goes, so go back down.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She
she just goes through it
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Okay,
If
here.
you do that.
Okay, I think it's here where we make a difference. Save the... Wait, so it's just... Why is it only giving me this? I thought it was gonna give me a different option.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Sorry.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I keep lazily pressing a button on my mouse.
Now,
It's
let's
just
get
like...
out of here.
It's just I accidentally put way on it and I just tap it by accident.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Okay, so kill her now.
What are you doing?
Yeah, slay the princess now.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
It should lead us to something else.
Down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Okay, that's different.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
She's fucking feral, what the
Not
fuck?
enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch. Got it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Who do we get? Which voice do we get here? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Which voice is it? Where are we at?
Brilliant.
Oh,
We need to keep our
opportunist.
cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
I don't really vibe with opportunist.
I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
He'll be better here, maybe, because opportunist, like, of the several times that we were with him in different runs, all he said was things about pecking order. Like, literally all of his lines in every scene had to do with pecking order, and I was really fucking tired of it.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
For the wrong button.
Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, so I'll save here. Go. I mean, you already know the deal with the mirror, so. Oh, whatever.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I'm absolutely making a tier list of the voices after this. Yeah, okay, let me save now, because the mirror is just basically all the same. But I get it, it's a formality. If any of these runs is the first one, it's a formality to have that happen. Let's go with the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh gosh, she rhymes. I'm not nasty!
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Don't say that!
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Yeah, I think that.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
I have no blade, really.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. I made a mistake. We all made mistakes. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. Or not for killing you. We got to get you out somehow, right? I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. I don't think that's gonna work. I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at war. We should team up. And check it out. So what options do I have? Kill her, leave. Give her the blade. Huh. I'm gonna explore the questions first, but these are interesting.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. Got to get you out somehow.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Sit down, opportunist. Sit the fuck down.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
She... I guess it says you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
The last time you didn't...
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned.
Yeah.
You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
Things got messed last time. There's something bigger than both of us at work. Should team up. Oh shit, I did it again.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
But you have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
She just looks so goofy. Yeah, she's literally the cat, the cat face. And this is very interesting because it's like the first time I see like a feral version of her. Because like even when you, depending on the actions that you do on the first chapter, her design like morphs a bit. But this one you just saw claws and fangs, and it was more aggressive. Okay, leave her in the basement, give her the blade, leave with the princess. Let's start with the basics. Get her out of the cabin.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Like a mix of prisoner. Yeah, kind
She
of.
never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking?
Yeah. Very much could.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Yeah, sharp teeth. You first. Clearly there's some broken trust here. What if I give you this? Huh. Go with... I don't trust it with... No, I don't trust. Let's start simple. You first.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first.
Clearly there's some broken trust. You're the one who said you can't leave here without me, which means I hold all the cards. Either you go first or we stay here. Up to you. That's very opportunist, yeah.
The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing? I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head. They'll be watching.
Eyes on the back of her head? Does she really?
I would not be surprised if it says literally.
No, we're fine. The princess pointedly turns her back on you and starts up the stairs.
Alright.
You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs. It's time, boys! Stab her in the back! Do it! Do it now! Wait, I thought we were helping her escape. Of course we're not. You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know.
Not stabbing her in the back. I'm said I'm not stabbing her in the back, and I make the choices here. Wow, that's an amazing idea that I totally never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. I am not going to praise you, but I'm going to. Ugh, fine.
You do realise that she hates us, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we don't make the first move now, she's going to find a way to make the first move herself. Why would she do that? She wants to leave, which means we need to work together. And she knows that. She wouldn't just act against her best interests. I don't know. If I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. You really need to learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I'm with that little weasel. You have an opportunity to save the world. You should take it.
I'm committed to not do that.
And that's a great idea. See, this is why you're in charge and I'm not. You think things through. You stick to your guns. It shows real leadership, and more people should be like you.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
Us? No, never. I can't believe she'd even suggest that. The gall. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile at you.
Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
Then she slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place.
The frog. Oh, that's cool.
Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea. The princess cackles from the other side of the door.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
After I saw the name of the achievement, I get what this whole dynamic is. I'm really happy with that. Let me out. I thought you needed me to get you out. This floor.
You try the door. It's locked.
Hi. Where's the door? You let me out now.
No, you're going to sit down there forever, languishing.
I promise I won't be mad. What for all of power do you even have here? I thought you needed to get me out. You needed me to get you out.
I do, but I just couldn't help myself. And we both know that you're already scheming about how to get back at me if I ever open this door. So we're going to stay exactly as we are right now, for as long as either of us lives.
Where's the door?
Throw yourself against the door. It won't budge.
I promise I won't be. Okay, let's try that one.
As if I could ever trust you after everything you've done to me. And after what I've done to you, you can't trust me either. Neither of us is ever getting out of here.
It's our nature.
It's in our nature to be trapped.
I love that. I love that. Yes.
Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
Bye. Get a chance to respond. No, will you ever? It's time to leave.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be
It
okay.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Finally! We're going places.
I'm still not sold by opportunists, mind you. I'm still not really sold by that voice. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. Mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Alright, I'm gonna check with a long quiet, and from there I go back. If you hear a car outside, I'm really sorry.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Can you send me back? I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Can I check this one? Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? I think I did this one.
Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, I don't know. He does, and when I find him, I have finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Alright, let's get the achievement and go, because most of these questions I've already asked.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Bring the witch, an untrusting vessel. Got it.
You're
You're on a path, and then let's try and backstab her now. Wow, that's an amazing idea I totally never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
Wow, you said exactly the thing I imagined you would say as soon as you heard my brilliant plan. This whole day is a dream come true, really. You plunge the blade deep into the princess's back, driving her to her knees amid the
Scorpion.
roots. Would you look at that? No need to thank me. But, you know, please, do thank me.
Of course you'd betray me the moment I turned my back on you. Don't think you're leaving here alive, wretch.
She shoves you in return, sharp teeth clamping around your ankle as the two of you tumble down the uneven stairs in a hastening flurry of violence and loathing. You separate with a bone-shaking thud as you hit the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Something's gone.
I'm afraid your back is broken.
Yeah.
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
Hi, welcome back.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Did you really think you could stab me in the back without suffering the consequences? Fool, 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 you're such a ridiculous fool.
Can't get up, you broke my back. We were never going to get up those stairs, were we?
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
Of course not. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. If I had the chance, I would have locked you down in this basement. It would have been funny, even if it meant I couldn't leave. I really, truly detest you.
At least we can all agree that it was a good idea to make her go first. How? Well, she was going to betray us, wasn't she? And we struck first. Our back is broken. But we gave it our all. No regrets. Besides, she's got to have it as bad as us, right? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Oh!
Ho-ho! So she does have it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Seems like it.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen now? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Alright, this should not be too different as the previous attempt. Okay.
She's gone. And there's that mirror. If he thinks...
Yeah, this should not be different. I think like this path in particular just leads to the same thing. It's just like as long as we try to get out, it takes this princess.
There's a world
Yeah,
beyond
it's about...
the
Okay, it's about the same. It's about the same. Not missing anything. Well, so this part is already... If we either stab her or not, it's gonna fall into the same outcome technically. There's just a variation, which is this one's completely fine because that's the whole metaphor of the scorpion and the frog, and I love that. I fucking love that. I did not realize it was that until then. Okay, so there's the option of giving her the knife. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Oh wait, there's the option. Hold on, there's the option for us to go first. But would that be the same? I feel like it would be. I feel like it would be about the same if we do that. But we would just end up betraying each other, or yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me check real quick then.
Yes, let's.
Step onto the stairs.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
He raises a good point.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
There's gonna be an option. Please let me walk backwards. Please.
But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and
Hi,
in
Jimmer.
no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Could have gotten out of here if we would just trust each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar.
That is actually a great point.
That's not... Okay, that's actually a good point.
It's a great point, actually.
It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work, did it?
The voice acting, yeah, it's really good voice acting.
Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me. The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just
Voice actor and writer
stuck
of...
here?
Oh, which one? Also, I can skip it. We already saw this. Yeah, which podcast? I had no idea. Oh shit! I have no idea. Holy fuck! Like I know that one by name, but I did not know they were the same voice actor. That's so cool. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna go grab my food, and then we try. I'm gonna load this one. I'll be right back. I'll grab my food and we can continue. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I have my food. I'm gonna be off camera, but I'm gonna keep playing. I can leave autoplay on so we can continue while I eat. I'm gonna give her the blade.
You can't be serious.
Yes.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I.
Too late. No, I'm doing it.
I abstain.
Abstain?
Abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Yeah, never mind. That was such a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates to give her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. We're both scared and we're both hurting. You're beautiful. Hold on. I want to actually save you. You're like someone I know you're probably going to kill me. I chose last time and I regret it, so now your time to... I think I like that one.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
What?
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
She really thought it was a... Yeah. And your power to a suspicious character. Past life gambit. Oh, it doesn't show it. Why not?
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride. Actually, that one.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. Great! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on, and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. Dead princesses. We got it. Hi, Onyx. Sorry I'm off camera. I'm eating.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right? There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here, and if she has it... Let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
By the way, my parents came back with McDonald's, and I'm glad that they brought food, but my god, their burgers suck. Their burgers are nothing. It was just fucking nothing that I ate. It was just like a nothing. It was just a medallion of meat and nothing. And even it was... They suck. They suck. And I get it. They wanted to get something cheap because they were out a whole day. So they didn't want to cook. I understand that. But my god, they suck. A real nothing burger, yes.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Beyond Nothing Burger, new promotion.
Down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Abyss Burger.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
Well, this was out of mind being allergic to? Oh.
I'd say
what
getting
exactly
a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage.
What exactly are you allergic to when it comes to that?
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
Hi, Leo.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Want to figure out a way to get out of here for good. I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. Want to free you, I mean it. I just want to talk, really talk. Yeah, I think that's the most normal sounding one. Want to figure out a way out of here for good. This one, I don't know what I want.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Yeah, I'm here to lie. What do you think will happen after you kill me? No, I don't want to be rude. I'm here to free you if you let me. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. This visual is my wallpaper. It's a good art style. It's really fucking good. In a prison of your own making, I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. These are just so mean. Yeah, she barely changed. Here to free you. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Look at this one. I'm here to free you if you'll let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You can't just ask me that. You're the only one who yearns for freedom. As strapped as you are. There's nothing innocent to change your mind. The chain of path feels the most like organic. Yeah, it actually does. You're not the only... Okay, this one. I'm as strapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
There's nothing I can say to change your mind.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Maybe it's past time for either of us. Say anything, all that counts is action. I like all these. So far, every option that I pick here, I really like. They really feel like organic.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been.
Yeah.
Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Opportunist, I swear to God.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Oh boy. I just wanted to play back. You're on your own. That's so mean. That's so mean. Alright, cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
They're bloody.
But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Such a stuck up.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it.
Yeah.
You rescued me.
Yeah. I just really hate the people who put us here. I like that one a lot.
Me too.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
You're shitting on the narrator.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut through though. Yeah, why not? I say, right? Yeah.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
The realist. It feels very.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
I feel like it's the most genuine out of the bunch so far. And it matches a lot with the actual ending that you get. Or at least one of them.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Feels really
Should we
sad,
try
yeah.
and find her?
Because everything that led you there was you just trying to look past the whole point of having to kill her. It's not like you blatantly want to do the opposite of the narrator, or that you just glorified her like damsel. It was just like, something's off here. She's stuck with us as much as we are.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
So that's why the one with the witch is like a more, leads to this to feel more like painful, because she realized that at a temple was actually genuine. That leads to that. It's a really well made one. I like it a lot.
but it feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Let's go ahead.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
You'll never write my name correctly, Shark. I'm making peace with that.
I don't like.
Let's go. Valsertathos. Valsarathra. No, you're no. No, you're not. You're not. You're.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the
Also,
long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Is hit Shark. Hit him. Just hit him. You know, hit him with a taser or something. I don't know. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart.
I like that one a lot.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Alright, let's get the achievement.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay. A thorny vessel.
You're on a path.
Let's try killing her. And the lands were free once again. Let's see. Kill her.
Why? We finally gained her trust. That took a lot of work. Sorry, boys. Looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Blade safely in hand, you turn it on the prince.
Oops.
But her thistled prison proves to be an impossible obstacle, its thorns digging deeper and deeper into your flesh the closer you come to striking the fatal blow. Those damn vines are going to stop us just like they stopped her. Of course, like we should have expected it to turn out any other way. It's funny, really. I'm laughing. The tip of your blade only manages to touch her sternum before it stops
Trust
moving entirely.
issues.
A single drop of blood trickles down her chest as the two of you stare into each other's eyes. Come on, just push a little further. But you can't, can you?
I knew this was coming.
Sorry, I keep doing it by accident. This was always going to be us, was it? Yeah, it's also the same.
There's that.
Do we get anything different?
It's going to. If they think it's bad.
No, it looks about the same. Yeah.
There's a world beyond.
Okay, it's about the same. If we leave, we just do about the same. I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own.
Do you really think you can just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you can just leave me here?
This
And
is
there's
even better than stabbing her. The same reward without any of that nasty effort. It's not even better. Putting off a choice is always worse than making a committed decision, especially when you already know the right answer. Almost feels like we're as bad as the powers that be. Is that all it really took to twist us into yet another tyrant? A single ounce of control? It sure feels like it. She looks so sad, bleeding and alone. And we're just turning our back on her. Oh, stop trying to bring morality into this. There are winners in life and there are losers, and what matters is that right now, we've decided to be a winner.
Okay, well, we're back. Your commitment to leaving things unresolved. You have no chance at resolution. No, will you ever?
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that.
Okay, same thing. I think it's definitely gonna be the same thing. Okay.
There's a world beyond the.
Alright. Let's see. What if we just leave? That's our last option. We leave with her, we end up killing each other. We give her the blade, leads to Thorn, which is this whole path. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving, bye. Or slay her? Yeah. Like to straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be in danger to the world. I'm going to... Let's translate her.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness? Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
I misread that and I thought it said beak.
This is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, she throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes.
Oh.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know
Fuck,
about
it's that.
you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries
Oh!
her teeth deep into your chest, tearing at... Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. In for a penny, right? Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Are we at the bottom of the barrel?
Sort of.
We've
Well,
got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop
I
right
like
here
this
if you keep
track in
daydreaming.
particular, the
Don't
music.
let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting.
Washing machine beat.
What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honourable combat, both you and the princess have broken 12 times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning? Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows.
Oh, cheating.
Still, at least you're not
Are we
losing.
really cheating?
The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better packing order.
There he is again.
No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Oh.
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
What about you? It'll crush you just as easily as it'll crush me. I don't think she cares about that. Make them stop. You can make them stop, right? We're not animals. We're people. All of these are such poor arguments. I can take it all back and help you get out of here. You and I can work together. Go out fighting. Yeah, I don't like any of these options. None of them sound like they'll go anywhere because we already made up our mind. Yeah.
You attack the princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground, but the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood, but still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again, you wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unbearable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens. And then you pop. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The wild. Okay. We're getting stuck. What the fuck is...
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
Died.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Sure, there's no reason to keep secrets. Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed.
Which voice is gonna be now?
What should we have done?
Stubborn.
Let you draw things out with all that conniving. Everyone knows a straight fight is best.
Yeah, checks out.
It's honest.
Checks out because we chose
There's
to
no
fight.
need to bicker about it. I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what happened to us. I kind of like it now that we aren't actively being crushed. Yeah, now that you mention it, this isn't so bad.
And it's not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin. No point worrying about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end, the princess included.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Watching us. What is he? Why would anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Are you being nice to me? Don't you hate me? You feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be. What do we do now? What we are right now is an abomination. I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Is it supposed to be a plural person? Well, it's usually just one character with different voices in his head, literally. So... this thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you.
That's not an answer to our question.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Remember how it felt? Turn inward and find your freedom. Remember how it felt?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Yes, that's
Spoken like
very fucking true.
honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us. It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it.
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Gaze of the hatred in your heart. Let's do that. Let's go deeper.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
We never got to see the end of that fight, did we? And we can't both be winners. One of us has to beat the other, right?
I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered.
And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. And you can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better. Finally, I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some divisions, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it.
I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Do we have to do this?
You have to. You know you have to.
I really wanted to kill you, not really. Hold on. Okay, let's commit to what we were doing. Slay.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
If you never see her die, it's time to leave.
She's gone.
Let's see this one now. Jibber's smacking my door, hang on. Okay.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart.
It was very unique. Like, it's not
Do
how I
not
expected it to
mourn
turn
her.
out.
She has found what she yearned for.
Like, from when we went with the witch, I was really not expecting this of all things. Very interesting. Okay, give the vessel. Ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Guarding you that, yeah. Bring the wounded while.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
What else? Got her free.
devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
And that other thing is...
We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants. He's weak. Thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like.
You're tired, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the prince.
Sorry. Get the princess down from the roots to bind her. Hope you're happy, and good luck getting her out of there.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Oh, man. Okay, it's about the same, but okay. Shiver, no.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Shiver, please.
This...
Go. It should be the same.
There's a world beyond.
Yeah, it should be the same.
The next time I will be here.
You're on a path.
Okay, now... Right now before it's too late.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
The past does exist, I remember it. Turn inward and find your freedom.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
Sorry, Shiver was climbing my kitchen.
We can change to fill them together.
Did you ever play DVD? No.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
Oh? There's a place you need to be, you just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
Jared, do you have an opinion on this? Do you think one meow for yes, two meows for no? Don't get inside, it's okay. You can say something. No, don't bite me! I think that's a I think that's a maybe.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
No, stop!
Please disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned. Oh, can it? This was all of us, fighting as one.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful.
And it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Never get a chance to answer her, you turn to see her gone behind you.
She's gone.
That one was really cool.
Where did she go?
That one was really
Should we try and find
well
her?
made.
And there's that mirror. What is that spot? Screw you better.
Okay. Is there something we have not tried yet? I'm happy with just making. Look at that!
There's a world beyond the
Oh,
endless
it's her
walls
face!
of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
I have thoughts on this vessel.
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart.
That's all the branches for the witch. Yeah, that's just really fucking interesting.
Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Bring the networked wile to her.
You're on a path you're here to slay her.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna go on a limb and say that if we try and leave the witch, it will still devolve into a fight. I'm gonna save this just in case, and then I'm gonna double check so we don't. Here. Okay, we're good. Now let me load. See her in the basement.
Very pragmatic. That is why you're in charge.
Abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. Tuck your tail between your legs and scamper away. You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done. If I don't take you, the wilds will.
You turn to leave, but as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan, seemingly uttered by the walls themselves, followed by the creak of wood being stretched beyond its limits. The cabin starts to get smaller.
What the hell is going on? We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on.
As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement attempt to close in around you, instinct kicks in and you bolt upstairs. The steps are uneven and lively, creaking as they expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself shut behind you. The cabin is smaller than it was before, and it's getting even smaller and smaller.
That's fine. We'll just leave.
I'm sure you'd like to do that, but unfortunately there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the cabin continues to close in on itself. Shit. What do we do? As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess's voice crackle up the stairs.
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
What about you? It'll crush you just as easily as it'll crush me. Okay, so it's technically the same. Yeah, these are all the same dialogue options we had when we chose to stay and fight.
But we are animals. We are. You're nothing but fear and instinct, and that's all I am, too. We don't have to make things better. We can't make things better. We're just meant to chase each other in the dark.
I do it again, sorry.
The roots grow ever closer.
We know. We can see them.
You slump to the floor as the roots continue to expand into the cabin.
Ugh, we're never gonna make something of ourselves with that attitude. At least she isn't gonna make something of herself either.
At first it's almost gentle, your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel suffocating, then unbearably tight, then that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living cabin.
The suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature. Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you, and I'm glad to die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with trapped blood. And then you pop. Everything goes dark, and you die.
This was like to play Fortnite. I don't even know how to do a follow up on that. Okay, it's the same. Alright, let's go.
We are a path.
Okay, do we have.
You're here
Let
to
me check.
slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Check. So. Jibber, please. Such a fucking hazard. Okay. Just made this option. Haunted was adversary. We did which? We withheld or betrayed, which leads to untrusting. The untrusted would lead to torn. And then we slayed or tried to leave, and that led to the wild. Which I'm now ending with endless. The outcome that I'm choosing. But we check wounded. Okay, that leaves one. That leaves just one. Adversary was stubborn. Adversary gave us both. Gave us like we started with stubborn. Let me double check. With stranger is contrarian. With adversary is stubborn. With tower is broken. With prisoner was skeptic. What is this? It's the map of the whole game. Like how what every choice leads to. And so far we did everything but one single branch. Which is why I'm like checking. So yeah, we did kind of all these. It just starts with basically here, and there's a variation between going with a weapon or without a weapon. And then it expands. There's just a lot of paths, and they intend to add more. Apparently with the DLC, it's insane. Yeah, I'm definitely making a list. I'm definitely making a tier list. Okay, we have one that says go unarmed and perish. I don't know how.
You make your way up the short path.
Cut to the chase.
The interior of the...
What?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an...
I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job, you've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
The path tree is still up. Oh, sorry. There.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
How do we die? How do we die? Like, Egg, are you here? Can you help me out with this one? Because I really don't know. Going on, we either release her and help her out, and we do end up dying in that one, but that leads to damsel because we just try to help her. We try to kill her on the first opportunity we had after we freed her. That led to witch. Simply have a heart. Hang on, I'm gonna check. Talk of it, let me check. How's her wife doing? We're left to see one variation of her.
Okay.
Going to give you that this is gonna lead to nightmare. Just can't trust you, that doesn't add up and it isn't worth the risk to take your word. Okay, this one. This one. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. We haven't gone unarmed and tried to go back for the blade. We have not done that.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So you weren't kidding. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me. You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
She can't.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Yes. Fine.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
Yeah, she's bluffing, but...
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? I think we got us on the wrong... I think we got up on the wrong foot. She's lost an arm, I'm lugging her down there. She's lost an arm, I'm lugging her down there and letting her bleed out. Let's be lame, like, you think we can start over? I didn't mean to kill you.
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Where is she? Lost an arm, I'm lugging her down there and letting her bleed out.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish this right here, right now.
Tell you what, I'll even stay here for a while to make sure she's dead. Sure, let's try that.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with
Oh,
the
wait,
heavy
this is
wooden
gonna-
table that once held the blade.
Is this gonna lead to nightmare?
Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the
This
basement
might lead to a
door.
nightmare.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I need to do something different.
You're here
Rush
to
again.
slay her. I'm talking about don't... You take the blade
Ah,
from the table.
fuck!
You're here to slay her. If you don't... You are warned. The blade is your implement. You'll... Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotized.
You must... Okay.
Thank you.
Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Up.
Where is she?
Up.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Investigate the arm. Yeah.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you. Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. Holy shit. What is she?
Get up. Okay.
Are you serious? As the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers can no longer hold the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
Yeah.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Okay, we're good now.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's go. Actually, who do we have?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Who do we get?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened,
Haunted.
then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the
Okay,
only
that-
sensible thing for you to
that
do
does
right
go
now
full
is
circle
march
then.
up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Yeah, that does go full circle. We have
A warning
all of the voices
before
now.
you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Maybe.
I never finished Over the Garden Wall. I don't know why. I know it's good, but I never bothered watching the whole thing.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls.
Looks pretty.
The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
It's looking pretty okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You haven't seen all of it? Yeah, I should. There'll be a difference if I go armed or unarmed. I'm gonna go armed. That's...
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Is that a tail?
The jungle is pressing in on
tail?
us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I think she's right there.
You see only a flash of
tail.
the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
We're fucked. We're fucked.
Remember, she's just a princess.
Are you sure?
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
Haunted, help us.
Her shining
Haunted,
eyes
help us.
appear
Haunted, help us.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Haunted.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're so stupid. You want to attack me, aren't you? I can't. I can see right through you. Just. You have a gun. I see you're about to shoot me. I can see right through. We'd have to kill each other, you know that, right? Oh no, she's past reasoning. If I say where, I think I'm just dead. If I say just where, I'm gone. So I'm gonna just listen to Hunter then move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? You have to kill each other. What if we live together? Stop hiding and show yourself. Not. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
Hi, Fanna. What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful.
Shark, are you projecting something? Are you trying to tell us that you're into something that we don't know?
She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
She's clearly not. She's coiling for another strike.
Be somewhere else.
We're on the back foot.
The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Yeah. Survive. Play dead. Stand still. Wait for her to strike and hit her. Oh yeah, you just clicked. You just clicked. Good. You just. I'm glad. I'm glad you can sit down with that now. You can. Maybe if we stand still, she won't see us. Looks like we're supposed to take back the momentum here.
We have the blade. I assume all she has are nails and teeth. Let's use our advantage. The steel claw is small and she is large. It's dangerous to fight back. It should only be a last resort.
Okay. Survive. Wait for her to strike and hit her back. Play dead. Stand still. Survive.
Spring into a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
I think I can keep this up.
You have to. We at least have to make an opening.
What do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
What?
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive. Run for the stairs. Wait for her to strike and hit her back. Let's keep going. Let's see how this goes. Okay, run for the stairs. I think if we try to leave, it's just gonna end up bad for us. So let's keep going.
You're a little slow this time. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
Yeah, it's even then it's just trying to wear us down.
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed. Partially? Yes, the princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
Oh.
That's just as bad. That's worse, even.
It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock. The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature
We're not dead.
revelation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den, okay.
You're on a path in the That didn't work. We're
Captain.
going with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is. Instinct was keeping us alive, until it wasn't. So what are we supposed to do?
Shurg. Sprurg. Shurg. Shurg.
Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. Why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Okay, what's the plan? The path is different than it was before. Because we know all of this. No matter what happens next time, seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
So, we need a plan.
Yeah.
We've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself.
And what if she doesn't want to be seen?
We'll figure out a way to make it happen.
And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight?
It will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be. She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
But she's fast. And she's clever.
We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
It's a bit more than that.
Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job?
Yeah.
Sharp teeth.
Yeah.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us?
What are you talking about? There is no mirror. There's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Then either way we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Alright.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Odds are we'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm? You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own.
That seems unironically the most observant, kinda.
You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety.
Bad. Very bad.
Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
That's very bad. Haven't finished. No, yeah. Let's listen to Haunted.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Staying quiet, are we? We don't have to do this. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out. That's the plan. That's been our plan. It's just we need to draw her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
That's stage 1. Now stay focused.
Yeah.
You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance. She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below. So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she?
No.
No, she wasn't.
Looking at her makes me feel sad.
Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all.
Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted. I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help.
We did bring the blade. Maybe we should use it.
Splendid idea. You have a job to finish, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish it.
Or maybe we should try and talk to her.
That's a terrible idea. Your first one was better.
Peacefully approach the...
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess, her eyes avoiding yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
Oh. You don't get the opportunity to speak to her, nor will you ever.
She's gone. And there's that. But it feels so bad. That thing reeks of death.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger.
Oh, don't.
As you reach forward, they're gone once again. Ah. You are nothing at all. Oh. We're gonna have to go back. Okay, if I slay her, will just be the same.
You tighten your grip around the blade and cautiously approach the princess. She eyes you with the silent resignation of someone or something that has long accepted its death. You lift the weapon over your head, preparing a lethal blow. Just one strike, and the entire world will owe you a debt of gratitude.
Okay. Let's go back then, let's go back. Wait for her to strike and hit her back. Or if you play that, I think we're done for. Or maybe actually maybe there's a bit more to the other path. Let me check again. We need to do this again.
You spin into a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with
What
a
if I
speed
run
that
for
makes
this
her
death?
practically Yes, now's our chance. Quick, And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. You sprint for the stairs, but as soon as you take your first step...
As already worn by travel and has seen by one of many eyes, you cannot walk it again. Change your course. Oh.
Wait, what? You manage to avoid her slapping jaws, but you aren't fast enough to evade the whole of her titanic momentum. She grazes you, the force of it enough to skin you all along your side, leaving a line of red, raw flesh. It's like being sideswiped by Sam. This isn't working. We have to do... Don't plan ahead. Act on the... We're trying.
Okay.
We have to. We keep...
You're getting slow.
She sees it. We have to move. It's too late. Yes. It's death. You look down to see the princess.
I get it. Go.
You make your way down. The interior is dark. The only the blade of course. What are you talking? He isn't. Then either. Yes. Take the steel claw. You step forward. Haven't you? You reach forward. See? Nothing. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs lead...
Let's do everything badly here. We should talk.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered. See? She knows. We have to be like her. Focused. Present. Patient. I suppose it'll take a little more than words to coax her out. Let's keep going. You put the voices to the back of your mind and proceed down the stairs. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows and...
Step in the shadows, and as soon as she moves... Step in the shadows and red... Step in the shadows ready to fight. We don't have to do this.
She doesn't respond. It seems that she thinks you do, in fact, have to do this.
The shadows ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike.
We're screwed. Oh no, this wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to come down here prepared. Oh, what's the use?
You just barely make out the shape of teeth and eyes as the princess emerges, enormous maw gaping, ready to swallow you whole. And
Okay. Just to respond, I glance at you from the untextured threads of the world unravel. Am I free? They ask. Okay. Go with... play that. Or actually, wait for her to strike. Yeah. I think this one might lead to...
this isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. You're sent sprawling, and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her, and she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the
Okay, then. So, death, stand still. Play the. Play the.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it because it leads to the wild? Gotcha. Okay.
Wait, what? She's coiling for another strike. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Third eye.
You spring to a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that...
And you bear your weakness to the world.
Is there? Hold on. There was another option. Hang on.
This
Still.
path is
Ah, okay. There's just a sequence. There's still a sequence that we are unable to check because we did. Damn it. I know. But before I.
She's coiling for... We're on the back foot.
Let's commit to this one.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. When someone... Oh, and how... We're going to fight her. Well, no complaints here.
Oh, we got stubborn this time.
Now, hold on. He's not important. He can have his secrets for...
Okay, let's just continue doing this.
You make your way down to the cabin. I'm not sure... I don't... The interior is done. The blade... Take it. Great. What are you talking... He isn't... If that... Yes. Take the steel claw. You pull the blade. Good. You heard it. It went away. You bring your fist crashing down into the... If there were once... It smelled as you stay... You say nothing. Maintaining the silence. The basement is dark and...
Sorry, I'm pushing through because there's still an outcome that we are unable to check on this run, so maybe I need to make a... just to see what it is, I'll start over, like, on a separate run, just to check that outcome.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment. See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now. But you don't have long before she lunges again, re-engaging with even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your heart. Then it all reaches a climax. And
Okay. We'll send this vessel before I check that other outcome.
She's gone. And there's that.
Let me.
But it feels so bad.
Screw the mirror.
Okay, I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there.
Okay. Saving right here. I check really quick to. Save. Let's save on this one. We go back to main menu. Super quick.
Your Honor, you're here.
Okay. It's unarmed.
You make
Change
your
your
weapon
mind.
warning. Before you go, she will lie. We're not going to ignore him. The interior of the blade. Her voice is don't.
You must. Okay.
Okay, and retrieve the blade.
Thank you. Your eyes dart to the corner. As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs.
Okay, this is
The
different.
lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free. You should understand. It just isn't worth the risk.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
No, the witch. Shit.
You're on a path.
God damn it.
You're on a path.
Oh.
You are watched. The blade is don't.
You must have. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm locking her down here. This.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll act? Your eyes dart to the corner. Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open. You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the base. Her ferocity overwhelms.
This is the end.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and
Okay.
you're on a path
I just want to check
in
the outcome here.
woods. You're here to slay her. A warning before you. The interior of the The blade is your implement. You take the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing.
Okay. Stand still. Let me check this super quick. I'll save over the wild.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark, caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
I regret everything now.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin...
What? No, I didn't click anything. You can protest as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there is no respite for you inside. The burden grows strong and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Talk to the top cabin.
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
You asked me for swallow me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
The one for notice me. If we die, we're gonna end up in a different path. So they with the steel claw.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
It was still cool.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart.
Oh shit.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Go to Den. Oh, the wild. Okay. Hold on.
We are.
We're gonna have to go through there. I guess if you do that from the very start instead of just choosing dialogue, you may be able to kill her. We're gonna skip.
You lunge to the side, pick.
Oh, what? Oh, did I pick the wrong save? Yes, I think. Did I?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, the princess, lunges from.
I picked the wrong one, that's all. Okay, dig with Steel Claw.
Though you have little room to move.
Dig with Steel Claw.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade.
Play the princess. Okay, now.
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target, and you will strike it.
We're too late, aren't we? This isn't...
No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
So you found a way to kill me? Then we'll die together, and I will see you again soon.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath, your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh. Everything goes dark, and you die. But at least you've saved the world. I hope.
Wild.
We are a path.
Hold on. So look at the, you look at the map. We did this. We did this. But we didn't do this one, which is what I'm trying to find out. Free after devoured. Move first.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct.
Up for the
She's
stairs.
right there. We have to wait for an... That's fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her. Oh, for the love of...
And you.
She's coiling for an... We're on the back. The back foot keeps us... It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive.
Play the.
We're playing dead.
Yeah.
It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death. She lands directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then... silence. Only broken by the sound of your beating heart.
We got an achievement that said opossum, and it was a drawing of a possum.
That actually worked, didn't it? Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead? She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Hi, Crunch! I'm in the middle of completing a game, and this is a very questionable situation that I find myself in. All of you are gonna hate. Hi. I'm about to show you something that you're all gonna hate, probably. Hey, hello.
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
We're playing a horror visual novel with a lot of options, and we're in the cusp of reaching the last variation that we have not explored. And yeah, thing is, it's called Slay the Princess, and the princess changes depending on what you do and how you see her. So we just saw her as a predator, and she's basically an animal now. Meaning...
Move, now! But it's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinges, and she swallows you whole.
Right, and Dash stream was really great, but it's 4 a.m. I gotta go sleep. Okay, let me just traumatize the rest of your audience while you're gone. Good night, Crunch. You ready? You ready?
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you.
Yeah, this is Beast.
Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
So
She
what?
stops.
I don't know
her
what to do
muscles tensing
different
around
here.
you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here, a new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
With a steel claw. Okay, this is the one I haven't tried. Fine, you can leave. But let me save just in case, because this is the one here.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... And then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You feel churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me.
How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Okay, let me check that vessel, and then for people that just join, and if you know how the game goes, we pretty much got all the vessels, like all 5 of them.
She's gone.
And this is my second
Where did
run.
she go? And is that a...
This is my second run, so we pretty much checked all of it. So now we're gonna step into the ending after I check
I'm
this.
begging you, don't. Listen.
Let me see this one.
Something. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
You're always a princess.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater. Nothing, as we are, there is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Feral vessel, there we go.
You're on a path in the woods.
Now we're back to we're just gonna skip to the ending because that was the last outcome that I didn't want to check. So you see here, that's all of them now. This marks the last one, and there we go. Now we're gonna step into the ending and wrap up the game. And after that, I'm gonna make a tier list of the voices. There's one for the princesses as well, so I'm gonna do that because just to, you know, wrap up. was also that one secret thing with a stranger. Yeah, but I'm not that inclined to do that one. It's just a variation. The diagram, it is satisfying. You're nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Hiding the game from us? Oh, sorry. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And another cracks form, and another, turning embers into jagged shards of broken glass. Okay, so you're the narrator. I was wondering if I would get to see you. Let me see what have I not asked. Where are we? I think I asked them. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? Are you part of me or are you something else? When I ask you, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Yeah, okay. I want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris? Because yeah, you wanted to get rid of that.
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Do you know what things won't just be worse if I destroy her? Do you know that things won't just... Okay.
Of course there won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
You want me to destroy the concept of transformation. How is that existence any better than death, or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either.
I was like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
I'm going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
Final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with newfound clarity. You're the long quiet of vast and nation god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. You arrived at the heart of things. There's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Okay, now we're here again.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Enforce an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
There's still, I'm checking on the side. There's still a lot of achievements I have not got, but I have 78 out of 97. That's not bad for me. I don't think I'm gonna do completionist because I think it's a good stopping point after checking everything I can think of. So I'm good.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Okay. Put it again.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But even after the pain of defeat, you return.
The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
to hear sure you might reject her authority. What have I not done? I'm just gonna do. I think I do address the vessel directly. And that's the one that brings more and more a major variety of answers. You have us fight forever. The dance was good, wasn't it? I don't want to think of a world without you. Are you sure of yourself that you think the world would stop without you?
I know that I am movement itself. You've seen as much. You know it's true. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Guess it comes to doing the right. I'm second to doing the right thing. It's hard for me to make these options because personally I really like I'm completely against what the narrator has been trying to do, which is like create a world without death. It's just like that's what I prefer the most, like having the whole point is someone who wanted to stop death and like causing both sides of the same thing to just be up against each other. That's why I really don't vibe with anything other than just agree with her.
Then leave with me, and we will see it all together.
I'll be with you not until you see things from my perspective. Okay.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer. I'm not my body, but I don't fear death not anymore. So what am I if I'm not a body?
You are you.
That's me.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts or not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Gonna snatch that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you
Damn it. Show me how much further I could still climb.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
That's just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does a path matter if it always ends? I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you, nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Oh, this is just what starts us over.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Or is it supposed to
There's
help?
too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all that divine confidence. I can help. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna go the ending that I really want to get.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Yes. I like that for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs.
Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
Sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You're only trying to help.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
You're the same as you are out there.
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
What do you think of her, what she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that. I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
This was ever really fair for that, or was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Your name's Hero and Princess. Actually, I just saying, like, being a god, I want to walk through what that cabin does to me. matters is that we're living together.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement line for the last time. Quiet as you ascend, comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and wars and noisy thoughts. There's an energy in the silence, electricity, anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see tension seize her, she's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore. She knows this, yet she still is. As she crosses the room to the door outside, follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
There we go. The look worked! Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with. I know there's still so many other things I have not checked or done, but I pretty much checked every princess, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That clicks my OCD just fine. I think that's a good stopping point because I play this enough. All right, let's do something that we're really here for. Let's do a thing. Hang on. Now we're here. There we go. Okay. Okay, we do this now. I'm gonna start with ranking the voices. So yeah, this is what I would. This is Kaku sent me this list, so I'm gonna work with this. I was looking at this. There's some images that I do not recognize, or maybe there's some princesses I don't really recognize. So I'm not sure, like, this one over here, or this one. I just saw these on like a preview, but we didn't really come across them. Cut content? Okay, then it's just, we'll wait for the DLC then, I'll put these at the bottom. The knife is just here, the pristine blade is just here for some reason. There's a letter, it's probably also cut content, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's start with voices. Cold, the one with the weird lips, is a stranger's previous assign. Gotcha. Okay, so Cold doesn't do anything. Cold just shows up after we choose to kill the princess in any route. He doesn't do anything really, so I'm gonna put him here. It's just like he talks fucking depressing after a death happens and doesn't contribute. And it's edgy. Opportunist did not really hook me at all. Half of the dialogue was talking about the pecking order, and I really don't care, so I'm putting there too. Contrarian's funny. Contrarian's funny. That's about it. Haunted was smart. Like I didn't give him enough credit, but he was pretty smart when in a lot of the routes. Hero, it's fine. Stubborn was really good. Stubborn was really fucking good, especially with adversary, because it was just like, we don't die, we get up. That was really good, so I'm putting there. Paranoid carry, I'm committed to that one. Paranoid carries you. Narrator, that is an opinion. Narrator, I'm putting average, because I'm putting it here because personally myself I did not agree with his perspective at all. And he's very much the cause of all of this, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna give him too much credit. The Smitten is, yeah, it's Smitten that goes up there. Broken! Broken's funny. Broken's funny. He had the moments that like that long, like, oh, or him saying, even I know the look. It's just that one, because that one stuck with me. The cheated, oh my god, cheated also fucking carries. Cheated fucking bent the rules. Yeah, absolutely. It's just great. The flinching, I don't think we met the flinching. I think that's also something that we did not see. So I have no idea what that one is. The skeptic, I don't remember much of the skeptic really. Skeptic just felt like another commentator. It wasn't like, it was like a lower version of Paranoid. Like, because Paranoid was questioning everything and did not trust anyone. Skeptic did the same, but to a lesser level. He was kind of the second voice of reason. He was pretty average. I'll put him here. Yeah, this works. Yeah, I don't think any of them sucked. I don't think any of them was really bad, but this looks about right for me, honestly. Okay, can I make a separate one for... I want to take a screenshot of this, actually. I know. There. Save. Download image. There we go. Okay, download it. Alright, get these out of the way. Yep, I'm gonna do princess. Shifting mount. The shifting mount, it's all of them. Like, there's really not really a point to rank her if she's all of them. Cheated skipped the loading scene. Yeah, cheated fucking... He was overpowered. I'm assuming this is the original princess. That one's fine. I don't know why the main menu one is here. Isn't these kind of like the same? Like, why are these two images if they're all just like the same princess of the main menu? Well, I'm gonna put this one away. I feel like it's pretty straightforward if I do it that way. Racer's amazing. Racer's fucking amazing. Especially, yeah, Racer in every single form is wonderful. Racer just goes up there. I'm assuming this is Stranger? I'm assuming this is Stranger, but there's another Stranger here. So that's why I'm not sure. Nightmare has 2 forms, one that has 3 arms, but Nightmare was really fucking good. Actually terrifying. Damsel in anime style. She was fine. Yeah, she was funny. I guess this is another adversary. There's 3 versions of adversary for some reason. But adversary was okay. There's a tower. Tower's pretty imposing, was pretty good. Adversary? Like, she didn't do much. Like, it was a cool concept, but it didn't do that much. It wasn't that impactful. Like, don't get me wrong, it was good, but she was pretty straightforward. It was like, her path was pretty linear. Like, it wasn't bad, it was just like, compared to others, it's not the best. I think Tower's fine there. I think Tower is just there to awaken something on everyone that stumbles upon Tower. Was Adversary? Yes, that was the one. Then Apotheosis. I mean, this Apotheosis was just like... Apotheosis is just right next to the Shifting Mound. Apotheosis was just a god on her own. Apotheosis was just straight up a whole god on her own. That's really fucking cool. Fury was pretty average. It was the only there's only one single outcome with Fury, that you die and you just get literally unwound. Whether you not put her at the top, I'm the gray burned it's pretty alright. The prisoner was pretty clever. I like the concept of the prisoner. It was really fucking clever. Then the gray but drowned. I have a hard time putting these two separately because they're pretty much the same, just different variations. But I like both of them. I like Drown a lot more. Drown was more terrifying, but maybe that's a personal thing, but both of them were pretty hardcore. I think I'm putting it here. Spectre... Stand for a strong murder princess, yeah. Spectre was okay. Spectre was pretty standard. Wraith was horrifying. Wraith was fucking horrifying, and it was also pretty hardcore. Because it was like, these two are pretty much the same, but Wraith is like, I'm no longer asking. And it gets pretty fucking intense in the story, so that one's cool. Which I like the metaphor of the scorpion and the frog, but there's not that much of a, there's nothing that unique from Witch. Put our princess higher or else we'll cry loud. Like, Witch is cool. I like the whole theme of the scorpion and the frog, that no matter what you do, you're gonna end up killing each other. And that's good and so on. But there's a lot of tones from other... There's a lot of tones from... It's like Racer and Adversary had a baby. It's like a mix of those two into its own gimmick. It's not bad, but it's not the best. The Thorn, it was great. The Thorn, it was one of the most genuine. Thorn is amazing, yes. The beast is... The beast is scary. The beast is actually scary. It's not that... I don't... The fact that it had war, it's making me like... It's just, like... Beast was cool, but... Beast was cool, it had its moments, but... You know... Don't remind me of my... Yeah, it's just... Exactly, it's a step too far. It's just like... But then again, like... I'm not gonna judge too much. Like, you can tell there's a lot of... things the writer aims with each princess, you know? Like, we have the tower, we have the racer, like all of them are like trying to all of them are like hinting at something. There's an undertone of thing or something there. Yeah, the den was more hardcore. I think the den was good, but it did not have that much of a chance to shine. The undertone is women are pretty. Let's go with that, yeah. The den is an extension of the beast. It's good because, like, you know, the concept of the beast is really fucking good, but the den doesn't have that much of a chance to shine. Even at the moment you're supposed to fight her, or, you know, be ready to kill her, you don't get the chance. It's like, it's similar to Fury, but Fury you at least reach the same outcome, and it happens. With Den, you don't even reach that outcome. It's like, and then she's gone. The Wild was incredible, actually. The Wild was fucking incredible. Yeah, both versions of the Wild were fucking incredible because they just... It felt like a variation of the actual ending. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust these because... Like that. Yeah. Because, yeah. Apotheosis because she's basically a goddess, which might as well being like a match to the Shifting Mound. The Thorn for being so fucking genuine, for being like the most well-written of the bunch. The Wild because of like that one uniqueness that it has to almost reach the ending when you're too early for it, like when you're not supposed to already. Like both versions of it. Racer because it's just the whole concept is so fucking hardcore and badass. Yeah, I'm cool with these. Strange, I like Strange a lot. It's not... I'm very biased, but like Strangers has such a unique concept that I really like. That I like. Stranger is my personal favorite. So I'm very biased on and all of these are just stuff that... Hold on, I'm gonna put this... I'm gonna do this. Because this is just princess from main menu. It's just a face... It's just a face of the princess, that's it. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. That looks good. This looks good. Unless I'm wrong because it's literally just the face of the game, like the main menu face. That's what I'm thinking. That's the whole thing I'm basing on. Is that this image of the princess that they're using refers to just the main menu princess, which is just that. It's just the face of it. I'm assuming that the flinching was apparently who was supposed to be in Racers but got replaced by Cheetah because he was too similar to Paranoid and Hunted. Got it, that makes sense. Yeah, Hunted and Paranoid share a lot of things in common too. But Paranoid is more like fearing for his fucking life and not knowing what to do and just looking after himself. But Hunted is it's also like terrified but is smart, like tries to find ways to survive. Flinching was almost the reason Cheetah didn't exist. F tier. You know what? Yeah, yeah. Let's go with that.